What to do, people? Is Hero of the Streets here with another video. Now, Jujutsu Kaisen chapter 141 is out already. I always expect it on a Sunday, but now suddenly they're coming out on Fridays. Now, it's not exactly a bad thing, but now I've got to search for the Raws earlier and make sure I keep up to date so I can give you guys my thoughts and theories about what would happen in the chapter and go off like that. So now, let me begin. Chapter 141, who is it behind me? So it just continues with Yuji versus Yuta fighting. Basically, Yuji just needs to do something about the sword because it's pretty damn dangerous. And so normally, as long as Yuji enhances his body with cursed energy, weapons don't pose that much of a threat. But if he only does that to fight this person, he's definitely gonna be killed. So yeah, again, Yuta Okotsu is not someone to fuck with. So he's running around trying to jump through cars and whatnot, and then he sees a knife, and so he thinks, okay, cool, he can take it to Yuta now because he's found a knife, which is sweet. But at the same time, Yuta doesn't really mind at all because if it's not a cursed tool, then there's nothing really to be afraid of. So now they're fighting, and Yuji's just motivating himself just to imbue the knife with cursed energy and to close the gap. There's a flashback going back to when Gojo was training Yuji, and so Gojo was talking, saying that depending on the style of the sorcerer, there's worth in learning how to handle weapons. Relying too much on cursed tools and ending up neglecting your cursed manipulation practice is not good either. So right now that's just too early for Yuji to actually learn, and the fact that he had a blade from Maki before was just like called Slaughter Demon was just a emergency tactic just so he can get by and tide him over. So now they clash again, and Yuji's even clocking himself that yeah, he hasn't even learned it yet, cutting his hand on his blade, and Yuta's just like, your mind is all over the sword, and kicks him. And even Yuji's like, rah, that's a lot of force, you know, the impact even rocked him, which is something to note. And so now again they try to swing for each other, but this time when Yuji tries block, Yuta breaks the blade and cuts Yuji. But Yuji's still moving, and he manages to cut Yuta's blade, which got stuck in the ground after that attack, which is cool, but I don't think it's a big deal for Yuta. But I'm not, at the same time, if I'm right from Volume 0, if he still kind of used the sword as a link to Rika, it could be an issue, but he doesn't really seem fazed. Even Yuta says himself that he's not easy to deal with. So now Yuji is just thinking, and he's like, okay, cool, these injuries aren't that deep, but now that they're both unarmed, maybe they can fight on his turf, innit? And then a hand appears, and Rika grabs Yuji, saying, what are you doing? Bruh. It's like, big man, relax. You don't want this beef. You do not want the smoke. And Yuji's like, I don't even know what's going on, but I'm frozen. Oh, Rika was asking him, and it looks like Rika as well. So Rika asks Yuta, like, what are you doing? And Yuta is just like, I'm just playing around, innit? And Yuji can see Rika and doesn't know where it came from. And obviously Rika, being the beast that she is so strong that Yuji cannot move at all. So with the broken part of the blade, while Rika got him pinned down, Yuta stabs Yuji. That's the end of that. Yuta just apologizes, says he's sorry, and they pan to Sukuna kissing his teeth like, it's a shame. But he notices something and has a grin. And I'm not sure what they're referring to, but I guess we'll find out next chapter. So now we go to the fight between Naoya and Choso. Boy, Choso. Oh, so it seems that Naoya got Naobito's cursed technique, where they split a movement into frames and then they move in a set path. It's a bit complicated, I can't lie. It took a while for me to understand it, and I'm still trying to get my grips with that technique. But yeah, Choso right now is getting handled. It's not nice. Like, the guy can't even use Byakuren, and if I'm right, Byakuren is the grenade technique, but he's pretty much set in a similar scenario to when he was fighting Yuji in the toilets, where he can't use any blood manipulation outside his body, mainly because of the lag this time, rather than like water dissipating the blood, rather than the blood dissipating inside the water. So yeah, it's a bit of a peak scenario, but what he can do is I don't even know what he can do. I can't lie, he can only do hand to hand. So yeah, his saving grace is the fact that he's tough. He's been surviving this beating from Naoya so far, and so Naoya even asked him like, what are you? Like, I don't understand, why are you? And so Joseph just says that he is the eldest brother of 10 siblings, and then activates his technique, flowing red scale, Sai. It looks like he got some sort of arrows going down and along his face. Looks interesting. But now I'm a little bit lost, because eldest brother had 10 siblings. Now, is this because of the death painting experiments from the person who took over Noritoshi Kamo? I'm just going to call that person Brain for now. Or is it because of the edited reality or the Kyokusei Getsu that Yuji put him through? Maybe Yuji got a larger family that we don't know about. Who knows? But right now, what we do know is that he's speaking his truth as well as he knows it. And it's now changed from 3 brothers. He got 2 younger brothers to he got 10 siblings. So it's very interesting. But that's the chapter. I'll give you my review as soon as I can. But yeah, that's me for now. And I'll catch you all later. Adios.